In this video, we're going to show you how to set up the new integration between Arosoftware and Domain. Just a reminder, this integration is available for all Aro accounts, but to set this up, you will require an admin account. So let's set this up by clicking on the Setup menu, and from here, we're going to click on Integrations, which falls under General. Let's scroll down a little bit until we find Domain. As we can see, it's not currently active, so we'll click Setup to get underway, and then all we need to do is check Activate. This opens up all the settings we need to go through for this integration to work correctly. So to start with, we've got our main features of the integration that sit at the top here. The first is collect domain page statistics. And basically this is going to collect website traffic stats and bring them into Aro. This means you'll be able to use them in modules like vendor reports, and that information is going to display on the listing details page. Secondly, we've got auto process leads from Domain. So this is going to process any domain inquiries into leads within Aro and then follow any processes that you've got within the Aro system. Really important to point out here that any leads created from a listing inquiry, those leads will be assigned to the primary listing consultant of that listing. Below here, we've got the list of any domain accounts we've got active and the ability to connect them. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. I want to touch on some of these settings below. As you can see, we've got some default settings here for all accounts, default for domain and default for commercial real estate. So these settings here, everything's going to fall back to this if no information is completed in these details here. Just want to point out that this may look a little different in your database. It really depends on how many active accounts you have with domain. So in this database here, our training database, we have an account with domain and an account with commercial real estate.com.au. So let's just work on these default settings. As you can see here, we've got source. And as you know, whenever a lead is created within Arosoftware, it needs to be assigned a source. So we've just assigned domain.com.au as the default here. If you do want to change that source, just click on the button and you can select whichever source you like. If a source is not available or something else you want to use, you may need to create a new source. If you're not sure how to do that, jump into our Help Center. Some great articles stepping you through that process. Next, we have our general inquiry lead assignee. This field is to be completed. We need to add a team member here. And this is for any inquiries on domain that aren't related to a listing. So this might be a general office inquiry that you can do from the domain page. And we need to ensure that that's assigned to somebody. So let's just select somebody here. We're going to select Brad. So any inquiries, general inquiries, are going to come through to Brad. But just a reminder, any listing inquiries will be assigned to the primary listing consultant. Now we might want to make some changes. We're happy for this to be the default, so everything will come through to Brad, but we may want to change things in terms of commercial. Maybe we have somebody in the office who looks after our commercial things. So let's assign any commercial general inquiries to Christina, and that's how we set that up there. Again, we can come and change the source so we can segment our database a little differently if we wanted to, but the information that we need to have is at least a default source and a default general inquiry lead assignee. Last step to set this up is we actually need to activate this on domain. So to do this, we're going to come in and click the connect button. And as you can see, this is going to bring up a domain permissions page. So I'm already logged in, but the step prior to this is just logging in your user credentials, and this will bring you to this page here. Once you've come in, we just leave all of these boxes checked green, and this will allow all the information we need to pass into Aro to create that web traffic information and create those leads. Once that's done and we've clicked accept, we're going to come back into our database and click save. And if we come down, we can see that this is now active. So generally, we're finding that this will activate with domain very quickly, and any leads that are generated will pass through. But if you do have any questions, or it seems like it might be taking a little bit longer than you expect, please reach out to the support team here at Aro, and we'll be more than happy to help.